go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Brown. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Murray, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Murray. That's into the hands of Edwards. Comes loose. This is picked up by the defense. And these guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Houston.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
A big play there. 72 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I gotta tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
And as the defense, haven't they do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll run on first down. Smart. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 13-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself something.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now this one complete on the slant route. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
under pressure, and down he goes. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Houston set to take over.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here to Andrews, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Oilers.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the game this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the football.
Me the ball.
And guess what? I'd throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
17-yard line.
They'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 13 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
4-point after.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term, they just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sacked. Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
21.
Oilers 21. Lions nothing.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He'll get this one to Galladay. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now back out comes the offense. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on the home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game. And then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team. And that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the 1st. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. That was a deep shot that's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But somebody listen. There will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. From the gun, Murray. And this will be caught by Edwards. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice Nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard.
Shotgun now from Murray. Caught left side, Williams. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again, Murray. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
At the 21-yard line.
Murray to air it out again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's second and 10. This is Brown. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back with their offense this playing Sunday.
Well, they are clicking right now. And all the way down to the 26. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Complete to Mark Andrews.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Number 88.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Mark Andrews there to make the grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
7.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points in high-powered offenses defenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
When you're struggling on offense.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now a second timeout called. By the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Marquise Brown, 26 yards. And this offense is running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Murray now on first down. Right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are in for 6.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
There he goes, right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Hollywood Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And this offense continues to pour it on.
His kick is good.
Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Oilers 49.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
Houston set to take over. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On second down, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
1-yard pickup brings up third and 8.
Operating from the gun. Murray got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And the tackle going to be made at the
to 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
6 yards.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Oilers 52.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw on 3rd down. Murray. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for number.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way.
49-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Intercepted. The Lions take over first.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They defer to Brown to start the drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Webster now to return.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. If this game continues the way it's gone, it'll be, well, somewhat of an upset. 5-4, not huge, but still the big thing, winning on the road to stay alive. Pretty big deal.
Man, when you pointed out that 5-4, first thing that flashed in my head was college basketball. When they get to their tournament, right?
Yeah, like the 8-9 seed first round game.
Right, you always look at that before you fill out your brackets, don't you? And you got to figure out which one you're going to pick, that 9 seed over the 8. And sometimes even that 7-10 game feels the same way. Not much difference between the two teams. Give them a lot of credit, though, for going on the road and getting it done in this one.
Yeah, that's a difference. NCAA tournament neutral site here on the road and putting some people on notice. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. Now this offense ready to head back out there.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
From the gun, Murray.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Murray sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To try again after the sack. Murray, open man is Edwards. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Murray.
Open man is Antonio Gandy Golden.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past
past the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. The tackler is almost on the spot.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. Pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told.
1st down and 10. At their own.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Jonathan Abrams beats it. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Not much there, only a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, Murray. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for their 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be caught just inside the 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
Now Murray again. At the line and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the return will stop a well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center.
And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
25-yard line.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Right back to Williams, and this time he's got it.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be in a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation,
and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
The kicker.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And partner, the defense, they were keyed in on him early, but his talent shining through as of late.
I like what you said about keyed in, because it all started in their first meeting of game planning for this game, where they went over things with their team and said, all right, this is the guy we have to take out of the game. Make sure you get enough coverage on it, all the different defenses. Sometimes you run everything you get in the first half, and they adjust in the second half and start to play better.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun.
Murray. They've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 38, and he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down, Houston.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
And he's able to put it through. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
And he will be hit for